This was me just a year ago. I was bald and I was not happy about it. These are a few before and after pictures, and you can see the difference how bald I used to look then. Hey guys, it's Vinay back again, and it's been one whole year since my transplant, and trust me, it has been an incredible journey. So as a kid, I was extremely obsessed with my hair. I used to want it always perfectly set, and although taking combs to school was banned, I used to always sneak one in my backpack, and whenever I had a chance, I used to go to the bathroom and see if my hair is properly set or not, or give it a nice touch up with a comb. Always trying to make sure that my hair is properly combed and properly set. So when I finally started losing hair, I was extremely concerned, and gradually, before I could even realize it, I was bald enough not to have a proper hairstyle and any confidence in my appearance whatsoever. I used to be always extremely conscious in meeting new people, and I used to try and avoid as much as possible not trying to meet anyone who I did not know since long. When my hairline receded, I used to try and grow the rest of my hair much longer just to try and compensate the receded hairline, and my wife used to tell me that I look even weirder than with less hair on my head. But frankly, I didn't know what else to do. I used to hate coming out of the shower not knowing what to do with my hair. There was hardly any hair on my head to try and comb it, use any kind of gel, wax, oil, whatever. I just didn't know. Every time I used to detest the moment I used to be out of the shower in front of a mirror. I just didn't know what can I do to tame this hair so that I do not feel bald yet again, yet another day. I tried all the products out in the world to try and grow it back with no luck at all. When I used to be traveling in my car, and if someone was driving me and I was sitting in the back seat, I constantly kept looking at my head in the rearview mirror of my car, and I used to see that only a little bit of patch of hair left in the front. I used to feel like pulling it off or just going home and shaving my whole head off. Every day I used to feel that. I mean, I had not gone into depression or something, but the stress and frustration this thing gave me was way too much to handle. Hanging out with my close friends was no problem, at least till you come back home and look at the pictures you've taken and realize how your friends look cool with their perfect hair and the sun is shining on your bald head. Sometimes I used to actually take my wife's straightening iron and I used to straighten my hair, which used to make it look even more funny. See, when you grow bald gradually, it's extremely hard for you to accept that you've reached the bald stage. So you try to live with it for a few more years before you accept it finally that yes, you have grown bald and you have reached that space when you do need to grow this hair back. And then you try all the expensive things of the world, shampoos, medications, oils, and treatments and whatnot, just to realize that all you have done is waste more of your youth years and more of your money, and you still are bald. This picture here is from 20 days after my transplant, and that's why this area that I'm about to show you looks like it has still some hair, but it did not earlier before the transplant. So if you look right over here, I had lost the front sides completely, and most of the center area over here had also, I mean, this area had also completely gone, with only just a bits some hair remaining in the front tip. Basically, if you actually think about it, this whole front half had completely gone. Finally, I decided that I didn't want to live like this anymore, and I decided to get a hair transplant. And then the difficulty of where to get it done and whom to get it done from. But we're gonna cover that in another separate video. And then finally, I met Dr. Gaurang Krishna. And in the first meeting itself, me and my wife knew that our 2-year long research and search for getting the perfect person to do my hair transplant had finally come to an end. I cannot stress how much Your results depend on the expertise and experience of your doctor. And I cannot thank Dr. Garan Krishna enough for what a wonderful job he has done. And I know for sure that he's one of the best hair transplant surgeons out there, because I personally have seen hundreds of failed transplant cases that I myself was extremely scared to take that step. And I'm glad that I, you know, got to know about him and finally got my transplant from him. This is how my results were at the fourth month after transplant. My look had completely changed, although there was a lot of growth pending. And by the fifth month, I had a proper hairstyle. I mean, I knew back then that I have got the results that I wanted. These are a few before and after pictures, and you can see the difference, how bald I used to look then, and I mean how not so bald. And I think I look so much better today, and you can clearly see the difference in these pictures. And this is also a picture which shows my hair when it's wet back then and when it's wet now. This shows the huge difference. I mean, even the best way to find out if how bald you are is to just pour a glass full of water on your head, and you will know, everything will start showing. And this is the result. So I was so bald at that time, and you can see the difference now. It's been one whole year since my transplant, and this has been one of the best decisions I have made in my life. Trust me, I feel like a completely new person. So this is how my hair looks after 1 year since my transplant and almost 8 proper haircuts. And I've seen a lot of other hair transplant result videos where they try to show you only the front hairline, but I'm going to show you the real deal. Probably you will know what I'm talking about. So you guys have already seen how nicely natural this hairline looks. Every strand of hair can be easily seen. This was all new. This whole area is new. But what you do not see is this center area, which was absolutely bald. And if you try to see this now, you will know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, come on. See, there's so much hair now in this area that it's almost difficult to even show it to you. This whole area is nicely filled, and it was absolutely bald. See what I'm talking about? Everything. See if I try to part this hair, you will not be able to make any difference. So this is what I'm talking about. So to all my viewers who are sailing in the same boat as I was, I really want to tell you people that please do not waste your time and money on trying to grow your lost hair with different treatments or medications or shampoos and oils and whatsoever. If you have lost your roots, there is nothing in this world except a transplant that can bring it back. So don't waste your time. If you do not like the way you look today, you need to act today. And especially, please do not wait to grow old and to go more bald before you get the transplant, because I hear this a lot, I read this a lot, that people talk about that you should probably grow more bald because eventually you will before you get the transplant. Don't do that. Don't waste your youth years and being bald now and probably have better hair when you're older. You need this new hairstyle, new look, and a proper confidence now when you're young. You probably would not care about it later in your age, but today you do care about it. So get it done now. go to a good doctor, get a consultation, and get a hair transplant. Best of luck for all of you guys who are planning to. So keep showing that love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Put your questions down below in the comments. Till next time, see ya guys.